cutest town I have ever seen. Well, tonight we are staying in a former jail, in a jail cell. Hey travel lovers, welcome to A Wanderlust for Life. I'm Jessica, and this is the channel that shows you European gems through food and memorable experiences. That is why we have brought you to the Wadden sea coast here in the southern part of Denmark, where there are tons of unique things to do and exciting, unexpected things to do. And we're gonna take you on a couple different adventures, and I promise to tell you what the heck this is. So let's get into it. We are here at the Winery Restaurant Bedstead, hopefully I said that right outside of Reive here in southern Denmark. And we have come here because who thinks of a winery in Denmark, right? Well, there are some here, and this one is pretty spectacular. You can come here and do a tour in the vineyard and kind of understand the struggles and how you get your wine, really. But we have an exclusive look into how the food is prepared here, because I think you might be surprised how fresh it's gonna be. We are going to cook up something, so let's see what we can make. Oh, there's a bug in there.
Extra protein.
There it is, I got it off.
Protein, yeah.
Try and capricina.
Just try it.
Oh.
It's quite strong taste, but it's about onions.
Yeah, you definitely get the the sting of onion, like the sharpness. Yeah. Our first unique experience is here at Bedstead Winery, and when you come down here, you come down this really tiny road over a little bridge, and you can come here for lunch, like a casual lunch, or you can come here for kind of a fancier dinner. But the cool thing is everything in the shop, so it's also a shop, they make. So everything from the gin to the wine to the whiskey, the soaps, it's crazy. And then a lot of the food comes from their own gardens, but also they have a map of all of their small producers that they work with. So it's a family-run business. Absolutely such cool people. We have our food and it smells amazing. Digging in now. It's delicious. Not shocked one bit because I helped make it. But when you come, just eat here on your own. You won't be able to go in the kitchen and cook, but it's still well worth the trip, especially if you're in Reive or Esbjerg. We have made it to Reive, and an experience you have to have here is coming to Temper Chocolate. We were told this was the place to try chocolate and ice cream, including hot chocolate. And so we are starting with ice cream that is melting very quickly. I have Tahitian vanilla, and I can't remember what is all in this one, but I know it has strawberries, and I think a currant, red currant, black currant, something like that. And a ball, which doesn't really have a name in English, and it's not really a thing in English, but there's like a cookie on the bottom, creamy stuff on the inside covered in chocolate. But this is melting, so let's give it a try. Wow, okay. So it's like you think it's gonna be tart, and you get like a little bit of that, but then it's super smooth. And it actually doesn't even, it's cold, but it's not too cold. Does that make sense? And then the vanilla. I love a good vanilla because it's impactful. Oh, that's good. That's really good. We're gonna dig into this. So it is a cookie on the bottom, a filling, and then covered with chocolate. And we have an apple pie version and a salted caramel. We're trying the apple pie version. It's really special because they made it very Danish. So apparently in their apple pies here, they have red currant, so it has red currant jam in it. And I think it's white chocolate that makes it a little creamy, kind of like an apple pie. Well, let's see what's in the middle. Ooh. All right, look at that. So it's kind of like a marshmallow. And there should be some red currant, like right in the middle.
I see it on the bottom.
Yeah. So I'm gonna give it a try. I was not expecting that. I mean, I don't really think you can go wrong with a cookie bottom, marshmallowy fluff with chocolate on top. It's not super strongly flavored. It's very mild, but it's also just a really, really fun thing. All right, I'll try this too. The apple had a white chocolate for the whole flavoring. But I feel like I get more flavor from the salted caramel one. I should point out this was the last salted caramel in the cabinet, so it's probably pretty popular. Do you want to peek at one of the most unique places we've ever stayed? And if you've watched our channel for a while, you know that we've stayed at quite a few interesting places. Well, tonight we are staying in a former jail, in a jail cell. Check it out. So we are right in the middle, like literally next to the church here in Reive, and you could not be more central in this super cute town. So they have obviously kind of renovated the jail cell. So it's not like we're sleeping in bunk beds, but I do think some of them have bunk beds. But it's the size of a jail cell, and you have a bench here, which I assume is for luggage, a little shelf with glasses for water in the middle of the night, because who doesn't need that? And we have a sink. So it is a shared bathroom. The bathroom is right next to us, so it has 2 showers and 1 toilet room. So it's pretty convenient. And yeah, it still kind of has this vibe. There's a little bit of like old, I don't know, would you think jail style? You tell me, is that a style? But I'm glad we have our own sink. But check out the bed area. Were you expecting this in a jail cell? Probably not, right? So we have a loft above the beds, which pull out when you're ready to go to sleep. The creativity here is on point. I absolutely love this. If you do come to Reive, which I really hope you do, and we're gonna show you why in just a second, this is a really cool, unique place to stay, and I just highly, highly, highly recommend finding unique places because it's an experience that you are going to remember, and that is what we are all about. But now let me show you the cutest town ever. Welcome to Reive here in Denmark. This is the oldest city in Denmark, but also the oldest city in Scandinavia. It is over 1,300 years old, and it all started when there was an archbishop who then asked the king of Denmark, because they were trying to extend Christianity to the north, if he could build a cathedral here. So with the addition of the cathedral, and it was already a big trading port here in Scandinavia, it just kind of blew up and became kind of a big deal. But it's not only old with tons of history, it is also so cute. So I'm gonna show you around town. Let's go. Walking around this town, you find these like half timber, half brick buildings that I wasn't expecting to find in Denmark. But in this one, you can kind of see that like the timber's coming out and it's kind of smushed out. I don't really know why or how, but there is a marker on this building that says it's from 1583. So maybe it's that old, but it's just mind-boggling that that's still there. And then you have like these colorful buildings that aren't like the half brick, half wood. And you have the cobblestone streets, and everything is just so cute. Like, I think this is the cutest town I have ever seen. And it's like something that I feel like everybody should check out. There are some towns that a lot of people think about, like Copenhagen, Amsterdam, and stuff like that with the architecture. But here, I feel like it just is jaw-dropping is the best way I can explain it. So I promised to tell you what this was at the beginning of the video, and it is part of a castle built in the 12th century, and it was built on a hill that's about 8 meters high with a moat around it, and that still exists. So that's kind of cool. It's one of the things that you can do here in Reive. There's a statue of a lovely lady on a boat, but mostly it's a green area. But you can also see pictures of like what it used to look like online, and there's a little bit of information down at the bottom. So it's just kind of a nice area to check out, especially at sunset. As you know, food is always part of our experiences, so we are here at Colby, and it is a lovely restaurant right by the water in the center of the pedestrian area downtown, and the food looks incredible. So this is like a super old house that's been newly renovated completely, and they have a chef's menu option, which of course we are going for. We are starting off with, I think it's a salmon mousse and some shrimps on the side, and we have our wine pairing. I do want to point out something. Always find something unique when you go out, and this is a very pink, I think that's the right color, French cider that is made from grenadine, and it is super unique, interesting, and fun. So we are gonna dig into this. It looks awesome. We are on the dessert course. We've had this many wines and we are on to some port. I do love a good port. Let me know in the comments if you're a fan. We are having their version of apple tarts. So in the Netherlands, if you're familiar, apple tarts is very, very common. And this is kind of like a deconstructed version. I can't wait to have it. But the carpaccio, there was like a little cream inside that was sliced nice and thin. That was amazing. And then the main dish was veal, and the tenderness, it was cooked perfectly. It's just really nice. So we're gonna finish up dessert, but we are going to see you tomorrow for something super exciting. I can't wait to take you with us, but for now, it's dessert time. Ooh. That's cool. So this thing in the middle, it looks like ice cream. I feel like it might be a combination of like panna cotta and a semifreddo, the Italian thing that's not really ice cream, but it kind of tastes like ice cream. Either way, it's really good in the texture. It has a good mouthfeel, which is a technical term. But for now, we'll see you tomorrow. We headed out to the countryside and took a tour with the Wadden Sea Center to go on an oyster safari. We donned our waders and set out into the Wadden Sea, which is a UNESCO World Heritage Site that goes from Denmark through Germany and into the Netherlands. The earth beneath our feet constantly changed and the weather was temperamental, but getting to the oyster reef to find, shuck, and eat the freshest oysters possible was one of the coolest experiences. Yes! It's so satisfying when it goes through.
When it suddenly like pops.
Yes. Probably a good one.
It's a good one.
Yeah. Super creamy.
Yeah.
Cool. We have come out to the beach here on Fanu, and we have driven on the beach, like on the sand. How crazy is that? I've never done that before. Have you? Let me know in the comments below if you've ever driven on a beach, because I think it's crazy. So we have our rental car here. It doesn't look like a beach goer, but I promise you it absolutely is doing great. But we are meeting up with Kites and Coffee on the far side of the beach, where we are going to do blow karting. We are gonna drive these little 3-wheel carts, the sail, all around the beach, and you can do this too. Just book a time, come down here. Don't be scared of the beach itself, because everything will be fine. You'll get instructions, and you'll be a pro in no time. Covering my mic because it is very windy up here, just like it was when we went blow karting. Wasn't that so much fun? But now we are on top of a tower 25 meters up here at Marsk Camp. This tower is 300 tons of steel, which is just crazy to me. That is not the only thing you can do here. If you stay here, so you can bring your RV and camp here, or they have some glamping options. Super cool in the summertime. But the other activities you can do is you can go oyster hunting, and they have kind of a different take on it. It's more luxurious. You can bring them back here, and they have a beautiful terrace where they can cook them up for you, and with different preparations with champagne and all that fun stuff. You can also see the starling magic, where the birds are making all of these different shapes, and you can go foraging for herbs, and they can share all of that with you. It is so much fun. So many different things to do here. Before or after you visit the tower, you can enjoy a lovely lunch like we did. Of course, you can also do dinner. I had the fish and chips where the fish was local. That is the best. And Sean had 2 pieces of the smørrebrød, you know, the open face sandwiches that they have here in Denmark. Everything looked amazing, so you can definitely do that as well. If you have been inspired by our trip here to the Wadden Sea coast in Denmark, please let me know in the comments. And we've kind of been thinking, like, would you guys like to travel with us here sometime and do something similar to what we've done in the last 2 videos? I'd love to hear from you about that. But of course, if you like the video, give it a like, subscribe if you aren't already, and we will see you in the next video. Bye guys.